My ex-husband was triple addicted. He was addicted to drugs, alcohol, and gambling. I attended Narcotics Anonymous meetings with him, Gamanon with him, and AA with him. There were times and periods in our relationship when he would come after he had done something so terrible that it would fracture our relationship, and he would say, I'm sorry, head down, the right pose. I'm sorry, Ingrid. I recognize what I did and I will not do this again. Sorry became an anthem in our relationship. Not only was it a common occurrence, but it was his go to whenever he felt that he really felt remorse in that moment or he wanted an excuse out of me grilling him. So sorry for my ex husband became an excuse and it became the norm. One day, something tremendous happened in our relationship, and it was a turning point for me. And he came to me and he was crying, tears running down his cheeks. And he said, I am truly sorry. And in that moment, I looked at him and I said, no, you're not. Because sorry should be the exception. It should not be the rule. That's what I want to talk about today. How many of us have heard someone that we love say sorry multiple times to the point where, like me, it became not just an anthem in our relationship, but it seemed to become a reoccurring theme. A lot of people that say sorry use the word as an excuse or they use the word to buy time. That's what sorry becomes for people who repetitively use sorry. They are sorry junkies. That's what I refer to them as. Sorry is their go to because when you're a child and you say sorry to your parent accepts that sorry as an indication that the behavior you're performing is going to stop, right? All of us have said sorry at some time because we're truly sorry in the moment or we feel like we repented in the moment. And sorry is the word that covers our repentance. It covers everything that we've done wrong. And therefore, sorry should be the acceptable term to use in such times. But how many people inside of a relationship realize that the person who's consistently telling you sorry doesn't mean that they're sorry? That's when sorry becomes an exception, not the rule. The rule of thumb should not be that you have to say sorry every time you do something wrong, but rather you shouldn't be doing the thing that you're doing wrong every time. Let me say that again. Instead of having to say sorry all the time, you should consider the behavior, stop the behavior, and therefore there would be no need for sorry. That's simple, right? Everybody should get that. But why do people who repetitively use the word sorry not get that? Well, for my ex-husband, he was an addict. And for most addicts or people who have been addicted to any substance or anything, you realize that you say sorry because in that moment you really desire to want to stop the behavior and you really feel repentant. But in that moment, it is not up to you to say sorry and get the desired response from your spouse, from your significant other, from your child, from your parent. In that moment, it's up to the person who's engaging that person to realize that the sorry means nothing. If the behavior does not change, then sorry is an empty word. But however, if you say sorry and the behavior changes and there's no need to say sorry again, then let's talk. That means that you have finally realized that the behavior needs to be corrected instead of having to use the word sorry. Sorry is not your get out of jail card, but many of us use it like that. You know, when you're playing Monopoly, you have the get out of jail free card. A lot of us have sorry in our pockets. We have so many sorry cards that we pull those sorry cards out to the point where the relationship becomes fractured. As I said, it doesn't matter what relationship it is, mother, child, husband, wife, significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend. You should not have to pull that card out of your pocket so often that you, at some point, while you're pulling that card out and saying sorry, at some point before you pull the card, you need to stop and recognize that you are using excuses. That what you're about to do when you pull that sorry card out is to wiggle your way out of the immediate so that you prevent the whole aspect of dealing with the problem. The problem needs to be dealt with. Sorry is an excuse, and it shouldn't be an excuse. When we do use the word sorry, it should have meaning. Your word is all you have. Your word is your bond. If you use sorry loosely, continuously, that's an indication that you're not really sorry, but you want to get away with the behavior that you're performing. So sorry gives you an excuse. How do you stop using sorry when you shouldn't be using sorry? How do you recognize the use of the word sorry? How are you supposed to use the word sorry? Well, it's quite simple. Use sorry when you're truly, truly sorry. When you recognize that you are in a position to change the behavior. When you ask for help in that moment, whether it's your mother or your significant other, and in that moment, when the person is speaking to you and you start saying sorry, check yourself. Instead of saying sorry, in that moment, say, you know what? I recognize right now that I need help. I need your help. I need outside help. I need help from someone because I am not in a position where I feel truly remorseful. I may feel remorseful in this moment, but because this is a recurring habit, because this is something that we've addressed time and time again, I recognize in this moment when I'm about to say sorry that I'm not really sorry as much as I don't know how to stop the behavior. The moment you acknowledge that you do not know how to stop the behavior is the moment when sorry becomes a real thing. And instead of saying sorry in that moment, you acknowledge that you need to take accountability. You need to take responsibility for your actions instead of pawning those actions and a lack of accountability onto the word sorry. Sorry should be the exception, not the rule. You should not have to say sorry 10 times a day or 10 times, however often you say it, because eventually the person you're saying sorry to no longer believes that you truly are sorry. That game was up a long time ago, but because they did not explain to you that they had already passed sorry a long time ago, you continue saying sorry thinking that it's okay. It works every time. No, it takes two. The person that's saying sorry needs to recognize and take accountability, and the person who's being said sorry to also needs to stop that behavior. You need to speak up. You need to tell the person that's telling you sorry, I no longer believe in you because sorry has become an excuse. And I'm no longer going to take your excuse. And I'm no longer going to be responsible for your behavior. It takes two in any relationship. Remember, relationships only work as long as both people are getting something from it. The moment one person doesn't get something in the relationship ends. It's the truth. I'm not making this stuff up. I do marriage counseling, and every day I see it. It takes two. It's not one person. Even if one person is doing the behavior more than the other person does not have to enable that behavior. The other person doesn't have to co-sign that person's behavior. Which one are you? Are you the one that's saying sorry continuously? Are you the one that's refusing to take accountability for your actions? Or are you the one that's enabling the behavior and letting that person slide by believing or making them feel that you do believe that they're sorry? No, before it gets to the point where it's irreconcilable, you need to address the behavior now. Stop it. Tell that person, quite frankly, you know what? Sorry is the exception, is not the rule. My name is Ingrid Felton. If you like my videos, please subscribe. Also, your comments are also welcome. I like you to like the videos as well. If you want to know more about me and what I do, please reach out to me at thejourneyoftruth.com. I look forward to hearing from you. And please tell others about what I'm doing here as always. Bring your friends and let's celebrate together, not only the journey of truth, but the journey towards your truth. Bye.